So, the first topic to discuss today is cytoskeleton. Cytoskeleton is skeleton of cells. These are present only in animal cells, only in eukaryotic animal cells. Why? Animal cells do not have cell wall. So for the strength of the cell, there are some fibrils, microfibrils that are extended like this. So they will be extended, near nucleus is there, organelles are there. They'll simply provide mechanical support. They extend from the cell membrane to nucleus and they give some mechanical support to support the cell. Mechanical support to cell. Mechanical support to animal cells. Okay, these fibers are of three types. First one is microfilaments, which are made up of actin fibers. Actin protein that is present inside that is actin. Okay. Second type is microtubules. Microtubules are made up of protein, tubulin. Tubulin fibers are there. Third one is intermediate filaments. These are made up of different protein subunits. There is no unique protein in them, different protein subunits. Different protein subunits are present. Okay. So that is about cytoskeleton. Next, vacuoles. Vacuoles are very simple organelles. Vacuoles. They are simple circular organelles. The outermost, almost circular, not exactly circular, circular to oval shape. So the outermost membrane is called as tonoplast. Inside that is nothing but storage. It is a storage organ, storage organelle. Storage organelle. In case of plants, only one large vacuole will be present. So you can see in plant cell, this is cell wall. This is a plasma membrane. This is the plasma membrane. After that, this is a vacuole. So vacuole will be very large. You can see nucleus. This is nucleus. In case of plant cell, nucleus is in one corner. Large vacuole is present. In case of animal cells, you can see numerous small vacuoles are present. Small vacuoles are present. Nucleus is in center. So that is the difference between vacuole of plant cell and animal cell. In plant cell only one, in animal cell so many. In plant cell large one, in animal cell smaller ones. In plant cell nucleus is pushed to corner, in animal cell nucleus is in the center. So what is the function of this vacuole? Only storage. What does it store? It is a storage organelle. So what does it store? It stores metabolic substances. Storage is its main function. It stores. Major thing that it stores is water. Water is stored. Electrolytes are stored. Electrolytes like K+, Cl minus, sodium. Ions are stored, electrolytes are stored, water is stored. Next, metabolic substances, macromolecules. Macromolecules are stored. And sometimes the enzymes related to macromolecules are also present. Hydrolytic enzymes that can digest the macromolecules because they are proteins. Once they are synthesized, they are again stored by vacuoles. Apart from that, plant pigments, phycoxanthin, etc. This pigments are also stored inside. Apart from that, uh, what else it stores? Just a minute. That's all. These are the different substances that are stored inside this vacuoles. So because it is having water in this, electrolytes in it also helps in maintaining osmotic balance. Osmotic balance. Osmotic balance means this is what you say. Osmotic balance means water and electrolyte balance in our body. Water and electrolyte balance in the body. How much water should be there, how much electrolyte should be there. If it is more, it will take inside. If it is less, if a more amount of electrolytes are present in the body, vacuole will absorb it. If there are less amount of electrolytes in the body, vacuole will release them outside. Okay, so this is the function of vacuole, right? Now, nucleus, the very important organelle. So we have completed a cytoplasm, and the organelles that are present in cytoplasm also we discussed. So now very important part of the cell. You can call it as a brain of the cell also. Nucleus. Nucleus is discovered by Robert Brown. Robert Brown in 1831 in leaves of orchid plants. So nucleus is a central organelle which is having a double membrane envelope. So chloroplast also have double membrane envelope. Mitochondria also have double membrane envelope. Like that only, this is also having a double membrane. This is the first membrane, that is the second membrane. Double membrane envelope is present. So this double membrane envelope is not continuous. It has small gaps. So we are seeing in 3D, that's why it is seen like this. If you observe the nucleus round ball, this is one gap, this is one gap, this is one gap, this is one gap, this is one gap. So in a 3D nucleus, it is a gap that small gaps are like small pores, holes that are present in the wall. They are not continuous gaps. So these are called as pores in the nuclear membrane. Nuclear pore. So this is nuclear envelope, and these are nuclear pores. Inside there is chromatin. Inside there is a lot of chromatin. What is this? Chromatin. And there is a large round ball-like structure called nucleolus. Nucleolus. This chromatin has DNA. It's made up of DNA. DNA means deoxyribonucleic ribose nucleic acid. It is a nucleic acid. Okay. What is the importance of its name? Why it is called as deoxyribose? We'll discuss in our next class. Okay. So this chromatin is composed of DNA. DNA molecules are spread in this way to form chromatin. Okay. What is the importance of it? It helps in carrying the genetic information from parent to progeny. You are having several features similar to your mother and father, or sometimes several features are similar to your grandmother and grandfather also. That is because this chromatin is a material which carries genetic information from one generation to another generation. Okay, there are small units in chromatin called as genes. Genes is an inheritary unit of inheritance. Okay, it's each small bit that can be that can be passed on to next generation is called as a hereditary unit. Okay, so gene is the smallest unit of inheritance that can pass to next generation. Since it is composed of gene, since it is composed, the chromatin is composed of genes, it is also called as genetic material. Genetic material. So genetic material is passed on from one generation to another generation. Inside this nucleus, there is a liquid called as nucleoplasm. Nucleoplasm. Right? So, this is about the structure of nucleus. Where is it present? As we have discussed, in animal cell, it is present in the center. In case of a plant cell, it is present towards the corner, because the major part is occupied by a large vacuole. Now we'll see the functions of nucleus. So, first thing, our body produces proteins by using ribosomes. Ribosomes are responsible for protein synthesis. These ribosomes are produced by nucleolus. Nucleolus is a large round body that is present inside the nucleus, and it produces ribosomes. Second thing, it helps in production of RNA. RNA is another nucleic acid called as ribose nucleic acids are produced from DNA. Produced from DNA. And RNA helps in production of protein. So always it goes like this. DNA produces RNA, RNA produces proteins. So for the production of proteins, DNA is required. Okay, for the production of proteins, DNA is required, and most of the metabolism of our body is under control of proteins only. You take, for example, our body produces enzymes for digestion. That enzymes also are proteins only. Our body produces hormones for different actions. That hormone is also part of, that is a hormone is also a type of protein only. Antibodies, antigens, antibodies, everything is protein only. You take cytoskeleton is also protein. Muscles are made up of proteins. So major part of our body's constructive system or defense mechanism is made up of proteins only. So this proteins production is very important for our body. That is done because of the presence of DNA. So next one is it helps in cell division. In cell division, nucleus has very important role to play. Nucleus has very important role to play in cell division. So these are the functions of nucleus. Right. Do all organisms have nucleus? Are there any organisms which do not have nucleus? Yeah, there are certain organisms which do not have nucleus. What do we call those organisms? They are called as prokaryotes. Prokaryotes are the organisms which have no nucleus. Eukaryotes are the organisms which have nucleus. Okay, just give me 1 minute, children. I'll fill the ink. Yeah. Prokaryotes, eukaryotes. Prokaryotes. Pro means primitive. Primitive. Carrion means nucleus. Primitive nucleus is present in this. That means before the nucleus formed, what is present in the organisms, like take for example bacterial cell. Bacterial cell do not have nucleus. What do they have in place of nucleus? In place of nucleus, they have a central, all the DNA is concentrated in the center like this. There is no nuclear envelope around this. Only see, our nucleus will be round like this. Inside that chromatin is present. That is not the structure. This is just a lump of genetic material. What is present in this chromosome is present in this. This is called as nucleoid. Nucleoids. So that is present in the center in these cells. Prokaryotes have no cytoskeleton. So this is a very primitive form of nucleus. That's why they are called as prokaryotes. In case of eukaryotes, as we have seen, they have well-developed nucleus. U means true. U means true. Carrion means nucleus. They have true nucleus. That is why they are called as eukaryotes. Okay, let us see the differences between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Okay, the first and major difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes is nucleus. Okay, membrane bound nucleus is absent. Membrane bound nucleus is absent. In case of prokaryotes, have membrane bound nucleus. Membrane bound nucleus. Okay. So prokaryotes, since they do not have membrane, they cannot form membrane. That is the major thing in prokaryotes. So they do not have membrane bound organelles also. Organelles that are membrane bound are also absent. Endoplasmic reticulum. It's made up of membrane only. Those small tubules are made up of membrane only. Golgi complex is also made up of membrane. You take mitochondria, chloroplast, everything has membrane around it. So this membrane is not there, they are not there. So here eukaryotes have organelles are present. Organelles are present. In case of prokaryotes, ribosomes are present. Ribosomes are present. They are small. Why? Ribosomes do not have any membrane around them, and they are very important for protein formation. If ribosome is not there, no protein formation. So they are very important. In case of eukaryotes, ribosomes are large, and also they can be found freely. They can be found to endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, chloroplast. Right? Next, cell wall. Cell wall is not made up of cellulose. So it is non-cellulosic. We say non-cellulosic means it is made up of muramic acid. It is made up of some other chemicals. It's not made up of cellulose. Eukaryotes, it is made up of cellulose cell wall. Cellulose and other substances also are present. Okay, other substances means like hemicellulose, pectin, lignin, they are also present, but very important substance is cellulose. Okay, next size. If you take the size of a prokaryotic cell, 1 to 10 micrometer, very small. You take the eukaryotic cell, they can be present from 5 micrometer to 100 micrometer length. Cell division. In prokaryotes, cell division is by binary fission. Binary fission. Why binary fission? Centrioles also not present. Centrioles are also not present. In case of eukaryotes, there are certain cell division methods called mitosis, meiosis, which is very close to binary fission but more advanced form of cell division. It is an advanced form of cell division because of presence of centrioles. You can take the examples of prokaryotes as bacteria. All bacterial cells are prokaryotes. Blue-green algae, cyanobacteria. Eukaryote cell examples, all. You take, why should we write all other organisms? You will take plant cells, animal cells, etc. etc. So that is about the differences between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Okay. Right. We have. So we'll see the differences between plant cell and animal cell. Animal cell. Okay. So by this time you should be knowing the differences. Plant cell has, okay, if you see plant cell, it is large and regular shape. In case of animal cell, small, irregular shape. And the other difference that you know very well, cell wall is present. Here cell wall is absent. What else? Plants have one more organelle. What are they? Plastids. Plastids are present. Plastids are absent. Plastids are absent. Next, plastids are absent. Next, centrioles. Where they are present, plant cells, centrioles are absent. In case of animal cell, centrioles are present. Centrioles are present. Okay. Cytoskeleton, cytoskeleton, cilia, flagella, this type of structures are absent in plant cells. In case of animal cells, all animal cells, excuse me children, cytoskeleton is present, cilia. Some of our body cells also have cilia. You take for example our internal septum of our nasal cavity, that is also having cilia. In ureter also you can see cells which are having cilia. Certain animals have flagella like sponges also have flagella. So these structures are present in animal cells. In case of plant cells, Golgi complex is simple and it is called as Golgi complex is simple. It is called as dictyosomes. Called as dictyosomes. In case of animal cells, Golgi complex is complex, so it is called as Golgi complex, has complex structure, so it is called as Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus, right? So these are some of the differences between plant cell and animal cells. Okay, right. Vacuoles. Plants have large one or sometimes two. That's all. Large in one or two. In case of animals, vacuoles are small and many. Okay. Since vacuoles are storing all the substances in plant cells, larger ones, cytoplasm is not dense. Cytoplasm is not dense. One more reason for this not being dense is it keeps on absorbing water continuously. In case of animals, cytoplasm is dense. Cytoplasm is dense. Next, you take nucleus. Nucleus in plant cells is at corner because of presence of large vacuole. In case of animal cells, nucleus is in center. So, yeah, these are the differences between animal cells and plant cells. So with this we have completed today's topic, children.